Hi everyone, I'm gonna show you my game. As promised, I was black, and let's get on with it. I'm not gonna show you too much. The game was pretty short actually. He played e4, and I just true to my plan. I just played c5. I'm just playing the Sicilian this season. Knight f3, d6, and of course the main move would be d4, but he didn't do that. He just played knight c3, and now I have various ways of playing. One of the simplest is a6, offering the Najdorf again, and also stopping him from playing like bishop b5 or something. I'm just stopping that, planning to go b5 and maybe b4. So it's a decent move. Maybe he can stop it with a4 or something, but it's all good. If he plays a4, I probably need to play like knight c6 and knight b4. But he didn't play any of that. He went back to the Najdorf. d4, takes, and now after knight f6, we're back in the Najdorf. So this is the main line. Najdorf, this has been played at least 15 million times. Well, I don't know actually, but I would guess there have been a million games with this. Knight f6, yeah, in the database probably not, but anyway, knight f6, and now bishop e2 is one of the main lines. e5 is the main move for black. e6 is also fine. g6 is also fine. You can do lots of different things, but e5 is definitely one move. Knight b3, and I played bishop e6, so this bishop covers d5, this knight as well, and this pawn hopefully will go to d5 at some point. I'm not really threatening it right now. There's various ways. Usually you need to castle before even thinking about these pawn breaks, but yeah, let's see what he did. He played a very logical move, bishop g5. It's not very common, but it's very logical. So basically, this whole game is about this one point, right? d5. So if you think about it, which pieces can defend d5? 3 for each. So which light pieces? So you have 1, 2, and this knight could at some point cover it, right? So these are my 3, and similarly for white, you have. I mean, these are not legal moves. I know. I know how chess works, but yeah. So he has his bishop, his knight, and this other knight. So that means that actually this bishop here and this bishop here are both useless. So that's basically the idea behind bishop g5, is to give up this bishop, which cannot fight for d5, for my knight that can. So it's a very simple idea. And I just played bishop e7. It's perfectly fine. Setting a little trap. So if he plays castles, if he castles, then I can take this pawn. At least I hope I can. So let's go back maybe and just ask the computer, does this work? I think it. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, so good that he didn't castle, because I would have maybe taken it. Of course, I would have looked at this a bit. So if he takes, I take. Then he can stop me from castling. Yeah. So this check. Let's see. Say here. Yeah. Oh yeah. He even wins a pawn. So not a great plan, not a great trap that I set, but he didn't castle, so that's good. Bishop e7. He took. Very simple chess. I took, and he castled. I castled, and now knight d5. So he's already putting his foot down, or his knight down, on d5. Actually, I just saw that some people just play bishop g5 here. That's a good move. I played it, but not this move. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna cover this bishop with my knight. So if he ever takes, I can take with the knight and attack e4 and threaten d5. So he doesn't want to take. However, if he doesn't want to take, then what can he really do? So this is actually, it's a very one-dimensional way of playing, the way he did, and it's not widely considered to be very good. for white. So I'm supposed to be doing quite well here if I manage to. Sorry. So I'm covering the bishop. I'm kind of stopping him from doing anything active. So you can see how good this. This field on b5 is very useful here actually for him. So he this guy is pretty useful here, taking b5, and also this knight here is a bit stuck, right? So he can go to a5 maybe at some point, but it doesn't really help him if you think about it. Well, not now, but you see what I mean. So it's not clear what he wants to do. And I on the other hand, have a pretty easy plan, which I'm going to show you. So he played rook e1. Now this is maybe a bit imprecise, so he wants to cover e4 at some point, if I ever start piling on that pawn. So this is one of the general things that black would do. And but maybe you will notice that f2 is now weak. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna play bishop g5, f5 takes, queen here at some point, and I can't get all the way there, sorry. Some kind of a... And do something like this. So of course this will take a while, but this was my general plan. And I think it's a pretty good one. I don't know. So that's the main idea. You can always do one of two things here with black. One is pile on the c file. So of course not with this knight there. Queen c7, rook c8, and pile on the c file. With the use of also like b5, b4, and this is a so-called minority attack, and play down the c file. Or if that doesn't help, of course I also have, maybe you saw that video before, I can also think of playing a5, a4 at some point, getting rid of that knight and just attacking with my pawn. It's not a kingside attack per se, so like literally kingside, like where his king is. I'm not attacking his king, but it's still quite annoying for him. So I will generally be able to exchange a bunch of pawns and create a weakness for him, and just win good squares for my pieces. So this is one of the things that I can do, and the other one is what I just showed you. So f5, and then I will have these 3 pawns here in the center. So actually that's a very common thing. So let's say it's a bad move, but let's say he does something like whatever, knight d2. I could take f5. So if black achieves this, usually it's very good for him even without a pawn. So black sometimes even sacrifices a pawn to get this center. Of course, this is a very good version of it. So if he has the pawn on d5, then it's stuck. So he can no longer use the d5 square, and I have these 2 or 3 pawns unopposed essentially. So that's a really good one. So he didn't do this. Of course, he didn't do this. This was actually the game. After bishop g5, he played bishop g4. And let's promote this because it's the main line. Bishop g5, bishop g4, and now I just did a very simple thing. I just decided to kind of simplify it down a bit. So knight f6 now. This knight belongs to f6 in a way, so I might as well try to cash in. Sorry, I might as well try to put it there. He took, and now I could take maybe with a pawn or something, but I just thought I'm just gonna play this very simply. Queen takes f6. Of course his bishop is hanging if he takes on d6, so he doesn't do that. he just dropped back to f3. So of course, so this bishop g5 takes f6 is kind of strategically a good thing in terms of the d5 square, but in terms of the whole position, the bishop on f3 is now bad. So it's just stuck behind his pawn. It's his only central pawn for white. So it's probably not a very good position for him anymore. So I think I'm already quite a bit better here. So I have the bishop pair. His knight is stuck on b3, so it will never come to d5. Or I mean, how can he go to d5? Yeah, something like this: c1, e2, c3, d5. I mean, if he has time for that, then I'm doing something wrong. So so he probably cannot use d5 anymore, and d6 is now very easy to cover. So it takes him a lot of time to try to attack d5. So he played. I played rook fd8. Thinking of at some point thinking of also playing d5, but not right now. I don't need to. So, and now he plays queen d3, attempting to double up, but of course even if he doubles up, I can just move my bishop and I'm fine. But I have a stronger idea here. So rook ac8, now I can attack his queen, right? So imagine he plays this. Well, let me first show you what he did. Knight d2 he played, but if he doesn't do this, so if he plays what he wanted to do, then I have this bishop c4 move, very strong. His queen is caught in a crossfire basically. And after queen c3, what I wanted to play was this bishop e2. I don't know what, bishop b5 as well. Okay, yeah, that's probably stronger. Yeah. So if I do this, oh yeah, he can get like a rook and a bishop for the queen. But is that really enough? I don't think so. I think this is a very good position for me. I don't think this minus 1.3. I think that's just nonsense. But okay, I think it's a lot better than that. But even if it's not, you can see that. Yeah, I mean with this bishop, I mean, how is he really gonna? So this bishop, you know, cutting through here, it's going to be very uncomfortable for him with either of those rooks. So my bishop is about 100 times stronger than his. But let's go on. So knight d2, and after knight d2, I played bishop f4. So kind of setting a tiny little trap. Actually, I don't know what does he suggest here? a5. Yeah, maybe. b5 is also a move. Not sure. I think it's fine what I did. So yeah, knight f1. I know. I mean I knew he was gonna play knight f1. In the end he didn't. But bishop f4 setting a tiny little trap. So I mean I'm threatening basically one thing. So I'm threatening this, attacking two things, right? This is one of the threats. And oh yeah, basically this is my threat, sorry. Bishop f4, and now after bishop f4 he played b3. Oh yeah, and I have another threat, but that only comes into play if he makes a blunder, and he did. So b3, b5. So very simple idea. Actually, I want to play also b4 and rook c3, activating everything. So I'm already. I feel like this is really significantly better for me. It's not just whatever the computer said there. But yeah, he could have defended it better. So knight f1, definitely the right move. So after b5, he blundered here with g3. And this was one of my big threats. So I was kind of hoping for g3. But it's not like this was my main idea. But it was one of the reasons why bishop f4 is a good move. At least as far as I'm concerned. Because here, of course, I can just take, and I took. So it's a piece and a much better position. So it's pretty good. Yeah, queen f3. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna show you the rest very quickly. We played another 15 moves, believe it or not. Rook e3, queen. Of course, I was threatening bishop h3, so he needs to deal with that. He did. Queen h5, f3, and now actually this loosens this rook, right? So I just pinned it. Queen h6. He doesn't want to swap queens. He wants to attack, but actually my pieces are a lot better than his at the moment. So I have this very good pressure on the c file, and he doesn't really have the equivalent pressure on the d file. His queen is misplaced basically. Queen h6, rook a1, and now I played b4. So trying to come into c3. This was my original plan. So yeah, queen d3, rook c3. Very simple chess. Queen d2 needs to, because I'm attacking the rook through x-rays. Queen c2, and then I just said, okay, I'm not even gonna castle. I'm not even gonna swap. I'm gonna swap when I want to. So rook dc8, and now he offered this queen trade. So this is what I really meant. I don't know if I think I've talked about this before. So I don't agree with the people who want to trade stuff when they're ahead. You can threaten trades and everything, but normally, you know, like you just have a position, you can just push on. So I was pushing and I won a piece, so I'm just gonna push on, and normally he will be the one who will be offering the exchanges for me. So that's always a good deal. Takes, 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 takes. So the only thing I need to be aware of is my back rank, and I was actually paying attention. And this time, so rook ed1, h6, and I don't know. My opponent started smiling, shaking his head. So this was his idea. Of course, he knew I was gonna see it, but it's still nice to have this hope that I will miss mate in 1, but he didn't. Mate in 2 actually. So now again he needs to kind of swap, because I was threatening rook c2 and coming in. King h7, f4. Now I need to be a little bit careful that he doesn't take with f5 and whatever. So I just took, and now I just took this other pawn as well. And my bishop importantly covers f7 in case he wants to take. So that's the only thing he can try to do, taking this pawn and pushing his 2 pawns ahead. F4, takes. Okay, and now he actually played e5, which is not the right move. Bishop e6, rook f8. Not quite sure what rook f8 was. b3, and he resigned. So this was nice, and the team actually won as well. 4.5, 3.5. So this was actually also a crucial game. It was the first game to finish. I played pretty quickly. After a while, I kind of knew what I was doing. So somewhere around, well, of course, once I was a piece up, I started playing quickly but carefully. So somewhere around here, I kind of figured out, okay, I think I'm a bit better here, and I think I know what to do. And then I just played it quite well. The only thing he could have done maybe was something like queen a5 here, kind of like making a big mess out of everything. But of course, I mean, it's not a big deal or anything. Oh yeah, no, sorry, not here. Yeah, so sorry. First this, and now queen a5. This was what I thought maybe he can do. Yeah, d5 looks very strong. Yeah, he's right. He's right. Yeah, I just thought that at least his queen would be active, but yeah, no, yeah. I mean, my rooks are both covered now. He's not really getting anywhere. Anyway, so this was the game. I hope you liked it. I always get a bit disgusted with this backward pawn on d6. Of course, it's not a pretty side, but other than that, once you cover d6 well enough, and you just play around that knight, I think you're fine. Of course, it can happen that he just gets a very strong pressure against d6. But if you're paying attention, then usually you have enough counterplay somewhere else on the board. and all you need to do is just take it. And I think that's what I did now. Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, no, he wasn't a very strong player. But yeah, he kind of played common sense moves. He knew that d6 would be weak, so he just played against that pawn. But that's not really enough in general. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you around.